Hey everybody, Shane here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, going for the Fixer achievement. This is to stop a generator, fix a fuse box, and open a pressure valve in the same game. This one's going to best be done in a private game. It's going to be done from the victim side. Going to recommend that you get this done on Family House because it's going to be a very easy map to learn the layout of. So all three of these things are going to require that we leave the basement and head up to the surface. So make sure you head on over to the middle of the map where the basement storage is and meet up with the Leatherface player. Once you meet up with Leatherface, you're going to need to get the basement door open so we can get up to the surface. So make sure you make a ton of noise. Either find a bone curtain and run back and forth through it, or you can find a door to slam shut over and over. Nonetheless, once Grandpa is woken up, you can have Leatherface unlock the door for you, and then both of you can head up to the surface where we can work on the achievement. So make sure you get up that staircase, and then we can skedaddle straight to the first requirement of the achievement. First thing we're going to work on is going to be to repair the fuse box. So first thing we need to fix the fuse box is going to be a lockpick. Thankfully, there's going to be a fixed spawn location once we get to the top of the stairs. It's going to be on the little wardrobe thing by the door. So make sure you look for the blue box and make sure you look inside, rummage around, and you should pull a lockpick out, and then you should pocket it. Make sure you hold on to this thing until we're ready to find the actual fuse box. We're also going to need the fuse to fix said fuse box. It can appear in a few different locations. Thankfully, both of them are going to be nearby. You are going to want to look in the living room first. It's usually going to appear right here on the wall underneath all of the trophies. So make sure you grab it if it's here. It can also appear in the pantry area in the back porch. So just make sure you look there if it's not in that first location. So back porch is going to be through this door, and it's going to usually be in this corner right over here. Once you have a lockpick and the fuse box should be highlighted for you on your HUD. It's generally going to be on the second floor of the house. So make sure you head on up there. Whatever room it's going to be in is going to be random, so make sure you try to look for the quickest way over there. But once you get there, you're going to use the lockpick to break open the box, and then you're going to slot the fuse, which is going to give you a puzzle in order to repair it. So with your lockpick, make sure you break open the fuse box. You do not need to play a lockpicking minigame. You just need to hold the X button, and that should pop the lid off. Once it's popped off, you're going to then insert the fuse and then hit X to repair it. You're going to play this little minigame right here. All you have to do is just match up the shape and the colors, and then make sure the two fuses add up to the amps in the middle for both rows. So for example, this one is going to take 2 yellow hexagons for the top row, and then both need to add up to 16. So we're going to grab the 7 and the 9, and that should add up to 16. Bottom row is also going to be 2 yellow hexagons that add up to 11, so a 5 and 11. That should fix the fuse box, and that's going to open up the basement exit. While we are on the second floor, we're also going to be on the lookout for the pressure valve. Generally, it's going to appear in the bathroom or one of the bedrooms. It can also appear down in the pantry in the back porch, so you might want to look there if it's not up here on the second floor. But it's going to generally be attached to a pipe on the wall, so make sure you look for it, and then all you have to do is just make sure you hit the X button and then pull it off, and then you're going to pocket it. Where you need to slot it is also going to be highlighted on your HUD, so make sure you head on over there to where the pressure tank is. It's always going to be outside in one of the yards, so make sure you try to determine what part of the yard it is in, and then make sure you head straight there. Thankfully, there aren't going to be any other prerequisites to this. You just need to have the valve in your pockets and get to where the tank is. Make sure you head up to the tank with the valve and then hit the X button to slot it. Then you're going to just tap the X button in order to overload it. You do not need to play any puzzles or mini games, so just make sure you get this thing overloaded, and that's going to take care of our second requirement. Last thing we need for the achievement is to shut off the generator. The generator is always going to appear in the front yard on either side of the map, so make sure you head towards the front of the house. So back inside, quickest way there is to cut through the kitchen and then just wrap around until you get to the front hallway, and then just take that over to the front door. The front door is going to be locked, so either use your lockpick in order to pick it, or you can bring in the family member player in order to unlock it for you. So get Leatherface over here, make sure they pop open that front door, and then we're going to head on outside and then look for the generator. Generally, the generator is going to be over by the barn, which requires you to take a right. If it's not there, you're going to take a left and then look on the left side of the front yard facing away from the house. So make sure you check either location. It's going to be pretty distinguishable from far away. It's basically going to be an oil drum on an X-shaped stand. So once you notice that, just make sure you head up to it and then hit the X button to interact with it. You're going to need to hold X to have your character kick it shut. And then once the thing turns off, that's going to be all 3 requirements that you need for the achievement. So here's the generator, X button to start the sequence, hold that X button, keep that thing held for a very long time, and then once you are done with it, the generator should shut off, which is going to shut off the electric fence at the front of the driveway, and that's going to be all 3 things done. And then once you do have all 3 things done, you should be good for our achievement. Here it is. This one is going to be for 50 gamer score, and that's all there is to it.